The guest stars in tonight's story, Gabriel Dell, Linda Day, and special guest star Martin Balsam. Tonight's episode, There Goes the Ball Game.
A man on the run has few moments to relax, to live as other men. But even a fugitive cannot live by flight alone. Even he must pause for the rare moment to replenish.
Excuse me, sir. I think you're sitting in the wrong seat. That's this one.
Excuse me?
I'm expecting someone, and we always have these seats.
I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the lineups for today's game. First batter, number 6, playing second base, Al Frischman. The next batter, number 12, the left fielder, Ken Kobe. Next batter, number 3, playing first base, Ray Scheinbaum.
Miss Newmark?
The next batter,
Pardon me, sir. I have a message for the young lady.
playing center field.
What is it?
There's a phone call for you, Miss Walton.
Vicky?
Would you follow me,
Next
please?
batter, number 21, the shortstop, Bertie King.
Excuse me, sir, have you been sitting here long?
I beg your pardon?
Well, I was supposed to meet my girlfriend, but I'm terribly late. I didn't think she'd, I'm sorry.
Well, there was a girl here waiting for someone. But a man came and told her she had a phone call, and she left.
When was that?
Right before the game started.
That's quite some time ago. Phone call? Did she know the man?
Well, he was a park official, I think. He called her by name. He said there was a message from Vicky.
What did he look like?
I don't know. I guess I'd remember him again if I was young. That's
Your
all.
attention, please. Miss Vicky Walton, please report to security office, lower level. Miss Vicky Walton, please report to security office, lower level.
Sir, if you don't mind, come along with me.
What?
The park security office. They'd like you to answer a few questions.
Mr. Tyler, let's just get this straight. You saw my daughter, and you saw the man who kidnapped her.
I saw two people.
Well, whoever it was called me at the newspaper. Said he had Nadine. I didn't recognize his voice. He said no publicity and no police, and he demanded my home phone number, said he was going to call me there later. Now, I came right down here hoping to find someone who could help, and I guess that's you.
How can I help?
You told me you'd recognize him if you saw him again.
Well, no, I said maybe.
Well, that's good enough. I'll get the ID cards of all my employees, have them sent over to the house for you to check out.
Mr. Newmark, I sympathize with the way you feel, but I can't.
If you have any other plans, cancel it. We'll contact your family. Give Joe here your number.
I have no family.
and I can count on you.
What I'm trying to say is that I have a job and I have to be there at 7 o'clock.
Mr. Tyler, don't worry about your job. I'll square it. If you get docked, I'll double it. If you lose it, I'll give you another one.
I just don't see how I can be of that much help.
I can see it. You're the only one who can identify the kidnapper.
I'm sorry, no.
Mr. Tyler, I'm talking about my daughter. Now, if I strike you as a benign man, forget it. Any threat, the thing's near and dear to me, I become a street brawler. Now, you said no, I don't hear it. All right, I'm making a citizen's arrest.
What charge?
My wallet's missing. I'm sure if Joe here would search you, you'd find it in your pocket. And the police will take my word for it. Now, is that what you want, or are you going to come with me?
I guess I'd come with you.
What's this all about? I don't understand.
We'll explain it to you.
Now, this is your home for the next 24 hours, Miss Newmark. There's just that one door, and it's triple locked. And all these windows are tight, so don't try anything cute. That thing's too loud, Phil. Will you turn it down? Take off the shoes. Ah, just the shoes. Off, I said. Look at those heels. One whacking.
What are you doing?
Checking for weapons.
You think she carries a gun?
All women are armed. Nail file. Rat-tail comb. Cuticle scissors. And she's a walking arsenal.
Phil, why?
Tell her. You play with fire, you gotta get burned.
She'll figure it out.
Oh, look. If it's money you want, I'll get it for you.
Which is why you're here, Miss Newmark.
Oh, Phil, this is all wrong. You'll only get into trouble.
Sure no. Not if you behave yourself.
Phil, we were... Well, I thought we were friends.
A little more than that. Don't you remember?
You know I remember.
Well, I don't know why you should. I must have been one of 100.
That's not fair.
Oh, that's great. You talking about fair, that's just great.
I don't know what you mean. I really don't.
You don't remember any of it. All I know is when I had major league prospects, I have a girl, and the arm gets sore, and she walks out on me.
That had nothing to do with it. It was over. That's all.
Just like that.
Look, we had some good times, some laughs, but that was all. And then it was over. I never intended for it to be any more.
Well, I guess I'm the stupid type.
The American dream. Marry a rich man's daughter.
Knock it off, Chester.
Look, Phil, I thought you knew exactly what we had. I never intended to hurt you.
Okay. Okay, you had your kicks. It's over now. But it'll cost you.
Look, both of you, let me go. You'll get your money, I promise. And my father won't press charges. I'll see to that.
Where you going?
Just to get a glass of water. Or do I need your permission for that, too?
For the next 21 hours, you needed to breathe. Jerry, I want you to watch the gate, see that nobody gets through. Rosie, you should be in bed. What's she doing down here?
She can be as stubborn as you, Mr. Newmark.
Have you found out anything more? There haven't been any telephone calls.
No, we're working on it. Now, please let me do the worrying. We'll get her back.
Vicky, dear.
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Newmark. If I hadn't been late,
It's not your fault, dear.
This is Gene Tyler, my wife. He spotted the kidnapper at the game, and he's going to help us.
Mr. Tyler, I'll be so grateful for anything you can do.
Rosie, please, don't fret. Now, go upstairs. Try to get some rest.
How can I rest?
All right, I'm worried. You're worried.
She's 22.
Now, come on. Upstairs you go. Take her upstairs, Aggie. Up you go. Doctor's orders.
Just hold on to me, Mrs. Newmark.
Aggie, show Mr. Tyler where he can clean up. When you finish, come on down here. We can go to work.
This way, Mr. Tyler.
You're going to be an important man to me, Mr. Tyler. I won't forget it. Joe, I want you to go down to the paper and get me all the personnel cards. I want this Tyler guy to look at all the pictures, everybody who's ever worked for me. Then I'll have Jerry get me the names of all the people who worked in this house in the past 5 years, and I want you to check them out.
It'll take more than 24 hours to check all those names out, Chief.
Okay. Check Tyler out, too, and have Jerry put a guard on both gates.
Will do.
Check on Tyler?
Sure. Who is he? What do we know about him?
But you insisted that he come here.
Well, he wasn't anxious. And how do we know that he didn't deliberately give us the wrong description of the kidnapper?
He didn't have to say anything, and he wouldn't be here at all.
I know it's wild, but everybody's got a rock. You dig, you'd be surprised what you find. Even if there's only one chance in a million, I've got to touch on all bases. It won't hurt to check one more name. Gene Tyler's the name.
It's almost 6 o'clock. You said you'd call my home.
Bill.
It's 5 minutes to the phone booth, 1 minute for the call, and a second more. We don't want any trace. I can make it back in 11 minutes.
Hey, we got time. The old boy sweat a while, and if we ask him for Fort Knox, we get it. I don't want her marked.
You're gonna let her get away with that?
She didn't, so simmer down. I set up this deal and you agreed. Nobody gets hurt.
You better not try anything like that again.
She won't.
You bet she won't. Because next time I might just get mad.
Take it easy.
You take it easy. I know what I'm doing. And you better know it too. Both of you better know it.
Hey, I know what's at stake.
And remember it. Because I don't want no surprises.
can't figure anyone I know who would do such a thing. Maybe it was somebody Nadine knew that I had never met, or you know. I mean, you're friends, you date together, you do things together.
We know a lot of people, Mr. Newmark, but a lot of strangers know about you.
Oh, it's my fault, right? You punk kids are just a bunch of saints. What's the matter?
I'm finished.
Check him again. Take it over there. Newmark residence. Newmark.
Mr. Newmark, listen carefully. I won't repeat. $200,000 for your daughter. In used bills. 10s and 20s. Got that? That should fill a large suitcase.
Who are you? And where am I supposed to get old bills? It's late.
You'll manage. I don't interrupt. I'll call you before noon tomorrow. Tell you where, when, and how to deliver. Got that?
Now, what assurance do I have that my daughter's all right?
You'll have it. And remember, no police, no publicity.
Where's Tyler?
He went out.
Why didn't you tell me?
You were on the phone.
Anyway, he'll be back. Oh, Fred, this is Andy. Listen, I just heard from the kidnappers. Now, they want $200,000 in old $10 and $20 bills. What do you mean 2 days? By noon tomorrow, Fred. Don't promise me. Have it. Right.
Caught him trying to sneak out the gate.
Nice work, Charlie. Where do you think you're going?
I did my job. I looked through the cards. I couldn't identify him.
I'll be getting information on some other people, so stick around.
Oh, you don't need me anymore. We made a deal. I kept my end of it.
Fine. I'm grateful. Now we're making a new deal.
You never intended to let me leave until you got your daughter back, did you?
Point. You're the only witness to the fact. Now, if I need the police, they'll need you. You're the only one they can line up suspects for.
You've already been in touch with the kidnappers.
So, cheer me on. Sit on your duff. You never had it so good.
If you want a witness, your daughter's a witness.
Suppose he kills her.
I can't prevent that.
Granted. But if that happens, I'll get whoever's in my way and who's ever responsible. Now, right now, you're the only weapon I have.
You can't hold me.
What kind of a cold potato are you anyway? My daughter is 22 years old. She's out there somewhere with a kidnapper or a killer for all I know.
Well, maybe I can't identify him. But the files, he has no record.
So you gave me a chunk of your life. I'm beholden.
Never mind.
Oh, go ahead.
It wouldn't be any use.
Try me. You want to ask me if I'm sure I know what I'm doing?
Something like that.
Guess when a dame like you snows a guy, you figure he stays snow. Don't worry about it. I know what I'm doing.
What about your friend Chester?
What about him?
Phil, he's gonna kill me. I know it.
Look, I told him, and I'm telling you, it's my show.
It doesn't seem that way.
Well, look, I planned the whole thing. As far as Chester's concerned, he's just a hired help.
But if he does try to kill me, do you really think you could stop him?
Just shut up with this talk about killing.
Oh, give it up, Phil, please. I'll talk to Daddy. He won't press charges, I swear it.
Just shut up!
Phil, whatever we had together, it was good, wasn't it? All right, so it ended. But that's no reason for you to get yourself into this kind of trouble. All it takes is one quick call and you'll be out of it.
Don't!
Phil, I know what you probably think. But I meant what I said before. I never wanted to hurt you. Oh, Phil, I'm scared.
How'd the call go?
It was on the phone 30 seconds. No time for trace.
Good.
Not so good. You didn't get all the lipstick off. What's the matter with me? Don't I appeal to you? Not your type, huh? Well, you're mine. Any dame worth 200,000 is.
Take it easy, Chester. Just because
and more. There's a very interesting item in the paper. I picked it up after the call.
Publisher's daughter missing. Feared kidnap victim. Spectators at the ballpark were questioned. According to reports, an unidentified man came forward with a description of the abductor and is now being held incommunicado.
But this isn't even Daddy's paper.
Doesn't matter whose paper. Changes the ball game.
Somebody spotted us.
Us? Me. I bought the deal from you and I made the snatch. I'd call on the phone because the old man might recognize the voice that went with the arm. I do all the dirty work.
Never mind that. We gotta think about who's gonna...
Not us, me. There's nothing to think about, but something we gotta do. Get that witness.
Oh, who is he? Where is he? We don't have the time. By this time tomorrow, the FBI is gonna be in. You know what that means?
There was only one person that paid any attention to us at the ballpark. The guy that sat next to her.
But I never saw him before in my life.
That witness is a complication, and we've got to get rid of complications. So, he's going to deliver the money.
I don't follow. Why?
Because I say so. Because he can identify me, not you. Because after he delivers the money, he won't be a witness.
Chester.
I know what I'm doing. Everything neat and clean. We get the money, we get rid of the witness at the same time.
Joe, how did this break? Newspapers, television, radio? I checked with the security office at the ballpark. One of their guards finally admitted he leaked the story to a newspaper man.
This throws a scare into the kidnapper. Okay, Joe, thank you. Tyler. You, Mark.
It's Pete, Chief. Captain Gibbs is on his way through.
Oh, great. First the newspapers, then the police. Okay, Pete, thank you. Where are you going?
I thought I'd go up to my room.
After the police leave. Won't take long. Just, I'll cooperate a little, they'll cooperate. The most they can do is ask you a few questions, that's all.
Sorry to bust in, Andy.
Well, so you're reading my competition.
I wouldn't have to. If a friend will let me know when he's in trouble.
This is Vicky Walton. Gene Tyler. This is Bill Gibbs. Even out of uniform, he's still brass buttons.
You're the young lady who was supposed to meet Miss Newmark, huh?
That's the man who saw the kidnapper. But you probably know that anyway.
Looks like you got a corner on the witness market.
Bill, the kidnapper called me. Now, he wants me to keep the police out of this.
Still, you should have kept us informed, Andy. Anyhow, the FBI called. This makes the inquiry official.
But they don't have to get into it unless you make a request.
But we've wasted valuable time, Andy. Tyler here could have been working with us.
I haven't wasted any time at all. I've been keeping him busy. You're the one who worries me. Your car parked in my driveway could kill my daughter. For all I know, the kidnapper could be watching this place.
The paper broke it wide open, Andy. Have you heard from them again?
Yes, and he's going to call tomorrow.
What I can't figure out is how they knew Miss Walton here would be late. Their whole plan depended on it.
I think I can help you there. Because when I got in my car to pick up Nadine, it was out of gas.
It happens.
But I'm sure I filled it day before yesterday. Anyhow, by the time I walked to the station, picked up a gallon, went back to the car, that filled it up, oh, that must have taken 25 minutes to half an hour. Well, don't you see? Somebody must have known both of us. Known where I live. And that I park my car on the street overnight. And we go to the ballpark every Saturday afternoon and where we sit.
Well?
Well, there must be more to it than simple coincidence. Don't you think?
I think you're probably right. When we get through here, I think it would be a good idea if you come downtown with me. Check the mugshots. Who knows? You might meet an old friend of yours in one of the books.
Bill, why don't you take off right now? That car of yours outside makes me nervous.
Andy, I'm only trying to help.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate it. I'm just half out of my skull. My wife's sick, the kid gone. I have to raise all that money. I know you're in the wings.
Holler and we'll come out.
Okay. One way or the other, it'll be tomorrow. Then you can turn your dogs loose.
Okay, Andy. Let's go, Miss Walton. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Tyler. Not every citizen would get involved.
Now, what's the matter? Don't you want to talk to Daddy Warbucks?
You tell him to take his hands off me.
Go on, tell me.
It'll be easier for you if you don't fight us every inch of the way.
You shine his shoes, too.
Just keep her still.
Get the other one. Newmark.
Okay, Newmark, you got 1 minute to get this. Bring the money to that old power plant on Dorado Road. South end of town. Back entrance. 8 o'clock sharp. You got that?
Is my daughter safe?
Dad?
Honey, are you all right?
Dad!
Nadine.
Hello? Hello?
You heard. She's alive and okay. Now that means no police and no FBI. You got that?
Yes, I got it.
Oh, one more thing. The witness delivers the money. Alone.
What are you talking about? What witness?
You heard. I read the papers. The witness makes the drop, and I know what he looks like. Dorado Road, back entrance, 8 sharp. Walk in 50 yards, wait. Come on.
Well, at least I know now, this minute, that my daughter's all right.
Mr. Newmark, I can't do what they want.
Now, don't waste my time.
No, you know why he wants me.
Look, I want my daughter back. You're going to deliver to the letter.
Now, he'll do the same thing to your daughter for the same reason.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe it because you don't want to believe it. He didn't intend to kill all the witnesses. Why would he want me personally to deliver the money? No,
Well, as long as I'm alive and can identify him, no harm will come to your daughter.
Well, if you don't show, someone else does, it could scare him off or panic him into killing her. No, you're going to go through with it.
I know you don't care what happens to me. I can understand that. Now, you can't force me into going through with it.
I think I can. I could send you over to Captain Gibbs' office to check over some mugshots, but I don't think that's the place you want to go. Is it, Dr. Kimball? Sorry to drop the other shoe, but you were the last on the list and the easiest to check out from my own newspaper morgue.
I don't expect you to believe me, but I didn't kill my wife.
I don't care one way or the other. Just between you and me, Doctor, maybe Nadine didn't turn out the way I expected her to. Right now, that doesn't make any difference. She's my daughter. And if you don't deliver, I will turn you over to the police.
How do I know you won't anyway?
You don't. Oh, point. Don't take any walks from now until 8 o'clock.
Point. If you think I'm a murderer, how can you trust me? After you give me the money, maybe I'll just continue to walk.
That's my gamble. I'm betting you won't. Everything I've got comes from gambling on what men will do when the chips are down.
It's a big bet, $200,000.
Bigger than that. I'm betting on my daughter's life.
I don't get it. Why was she passed out so suddenly?
Sweet repose. Poor kid's been having a trying time.
A cup of coffee.
Knockout drops. I don't want any last-minute ruckus. This new Mark will never know what hit her.
Never know what? Chester, never know what?
Get it through that thick amateur head of yours that we're in this all the way? Well, you weren't so squeamish when I said I'd take care of the witness.
Hey, well, him...
And her. Now, I've been carrying the load, and I'll follow through. You only bungle.
But I didn't figure on killing anybody.
You didn't figure a witness. Even without him, she's one. What did you think you'd do after the kidnapping? Ask Nadine to please not say anything to Daddy or to the police?
Leave the country. Brazil, maybe. You too.
I like it here. What's the matter? You some kind of commie? You want to leave your native land?
Chester, I think...
I'm doing the thinking. We'll separate after the money is divided. You won't know what happened to either one of them.
You mean even before the witness you were going to kill her?
There's no other way, lover boy. There never was. You got pangs? Think of the loot. 100,000 covers a lot of conscience.
Hold it.
The devil do you think you're doing?
I have a warrant for his arrest. I thought he looked familiar, so I checked our mug files. Dr. Richard Kimball. Or are you going to tell me you didn't know?
Bill.
Andy, don't obstruct. I had to get rough with your gateman. I don't want to get any rougher than that.
Look, Bill, don't jam the works. I need him to get my girl back. He's the drop. It's not my idea. It's the kidnappers. He has a rendezvous at 8 o'clock.
I'm sorry.
You gave me your word.
Not to go after the kidnapper. But a murderer, that's different.
All right. I'll call the commissioner. You know, my paper influences police policy here. Appropriation.
You're a big man in this town, Andy. I know you can hurt. You may cost me my job, but right now, He is my job.
And while you're doing your job, you're killing my daughter. You're not just capturing a murderer. You're committing a murder.
Andy.
Look, you can have him back. I'm not fighting about that, but he's the only chance I have to get her out alive.
Andy, you're putting me on a spot.
Bill, I'm begging you. I never begged before in my life. You know how many people you're going to destroy?
I've got a job to do.
Of course you have. Just another hour. One lousy hour to get her out. What difference does it make to you if you can help to save her life?
It's possible. It's just possible that we can have our cake, kidnapper, and Kimball.
Hold it! Don't turn around.
Don't shoot. The money's no good. It's marked. Check for yourself.
Open the case. And don't pull anything out but bills. Pull out a bill. Where? How?
The bills have been run through a machine. There's a hole in every bill. Right in one of the eyes.
Why are you warning me?
I want to make a deal.
What kind of a deal?
I want a piece of the action.
What action? You just told me the money's no good.
You're going to get another payoff from Mr. Newmark, aren't you?
Sure. But why do I need you?
Well, you don't, but... Well, you see, I think you owe me. Yeah, I saved your life. You spend one of those bills, the police will pick you up in a minute.
How did you know the money was marked?
They told me. They didn't want me running off with the money.
How do I know I'm not walking into a trap?
I can't afford any traps, huh? Well, you see, it's only a matter of time before the police get a make on me. I'm wanted for murder.
Who?
My wife.
Go on.
I'm Dr. Richard Kimball. Maybe you've seen my picture in the paper.
Yeah. Maybe I do remember.
When Newmark breaks the payoff, all I want's $5,000.
Okay. Let's get out of here.
The police dropped me off. They've got the road staked out.
Yeah, I saw. But there are other ways out of here. My car's straight ahead. And mister, if I'm walking into anything, I'll get you before they get me. You better believe that.
I believe it.
Kimball will double-cross us?
You'll try, but we won't lose him. Not if we keep within a 2-mile range.
What if he goes beyond the 2-mile range?
Then we both lose. But that homing device we placed on Kimball is the best we could fit into a cigarette package. Al, pick up Kimball moving northeast. Over.
Picked him up in the grid. They're not coming this way. Over.
We switched directions. Moving south. Plan A. Over.
I'm coming with you.
You two follow in my car.
Where are we going?
Wherever this old abandoned road will take us.
Al, the scanner's frozen. Kimball's outside range. What do you read? Over.
The same. Don't know what to figure. Over.
There has to be another way. We'll keep moving and try for a pickup. Stay close. Out. I know it. He probably smashed that homing device and hightailed it into the tall grass.
I don't think so.
Got something to back that up with?
A lot of years being rided by a lot of guys.
Now I got the pickup. Kimball's back on the highway. Cross points 3 and 6. Stay close. Out.
This is Dr. Kimball. You know, the Dr. Kimball, my partner, Phil.
What's he doing here?
He was the witness, and a good thing, too. They gave him Mark money. He took me to it.
Hey, this thing's going haywire.
Take it easy. It only postpones things. Now I'm gonna hit Newmark hard.
Hey, what about him? What do you mean, sure? Come on, what's happening with this?
My head.
All of you in there. This is the police. You're surrounded. Come on out.
Hey, what are we gonna do? Hold it!
It's Kimball. Keep an eye out for Kimball.
Baby, are you all right? Are you all right?
I'm all right.
Hold it!
Quick, get in the car. Get in the car, Dr. Kimball.
Where's Kimball?
I don't know, but Mr. Newmark's limousine just took off going 70.
All right. What's going on, Andy?
Captain Gibbs, I'd like to report the theft of my car.
We owe you this for Nadine.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate.
No time. Hurry. Good luck.
So darkness swallows the fugitive, but it merely covers, not hides him. He is still hounded, still hunting, but still free until tomorrow. The scene of the crime freed him to run before the relentless pursuit of the police lieutenant obsessed with his capture.
The guest stars in tonight's story, William Wyndham, Geraldine Brooks, also starring Barry Morse as Lieutenant Philip Gerard. Tonight's episode, The Ivy Maze.
I don't care. Leave me alone, will you?
Come on, sport. 20 more hours and it's a cool 100.
Forget it. I'm falling apart. I need sleep. Without your lousy creeps always waking me up all the time.
Come here, you made it for 3. What's one more night?
You're wrong with it, don't you? Shh, shh, shh. And you too. You leave me alone.
There's no one there, old buddy. No. Come on, pull yourself together, huh? Remember, it's $100.
You know what you can do with your lousy $100.
There you see an example of exactly what I'm talking about. That young man thinks that all he wants to do is go right back to sleep. What he is really trying to say is, I need to dream. You deprive a man of his dreams, and you deprive him of the release from whatever psychotic tendencies he may have. And we all have them, believe me. A colleague of mine, Professor Fisher, once said, dreams allow each and every one of us, every night of our lives, to go quietly and safely insane. Now there, look. Now that one is dreaming. This is the signature of a dream. Rapid eye movement. Ken, will you please wake him up? You see, dreams are very real to the dreamer. They're like a movie in the mind. You actually see it. The eyes will move, actually following the action.
Is there any way to tell what he was dreaming about?
Oh, he'll only tell us part of it, leaving out whatever his subconscious has decided that he should not remember. Things such as, very private desires, dilemmas, secrets.
That must account for all the insomniacs.
Well, we'll take that up next week. You take away sleep and you take away dreams. And if you keep it up for a long enough period of time, those secrets just naturally spill out into waking life.
Professor Simpson?
Yes.
Telephone.
Thank you. Professor Simpson. Dick. Hold it a minute. I have been waiting 9 days, eating my insides out. I was afraid your sister couldn't get in touch with you. Yes, he's still here, all right. Where are you?
I'm in a phone booth. It's on the campus outside of Thompson Hall.
Well, you see that big building across the green? Fine. Go past the fountain, turn right through the arcade, and you'll see the science building dead ahead of you. I'm in room 307. Hurry.
I'll be right there.
Sally. Sally, break up the class somehow. Give them next week's assignment on motivation, huh? Yeah.
A fugitive, a man driven by a dream. Two dreams. The daily nightmare, flight from an unjust punishment, where every town is a hostile town. And a dream of destiny, that one town somewhere, where Richard Kimball will find his freedom.
Dick. What? 7 years, buddy.
That's 8. Where is he?
Come on in my office. He works in the maintenance department as a floor sweeper and a sometime gardener. Makes $75 a week. Calls himself Carl Stoker.
Well, I'm sure his name is Johnson. Where is he now?
Oh, we'll find him. By the way, I didn't tell Carolyn that you were here. No use making her, an accessory.
Sure.
Pretty terrible way to greet an old fraternity brother. I can imagine more favorable circumstances.
I can imagine worse.
Yeah, I guess you can. Well, for the record, you are going to be Mr. Jerry Sinclair, a writer out of Chicago, medical writer who was going to do a series on my dream withdrawal experiments.
Fritz, why are you going to all this trouble? I mean, if he's the guy I'm looking for, that's it.
Well, it may be a little more than just that's it. Hey, we're in luck. There is Carl Stoker. That is Carl Stoker. Take a good look at him, Dick. Is that your man?
That's him.
Well, here, hold on.
That's him.
Well, he's been here 7 weeks. He's not going to run off now.
He's done it before, Fritz.
It wouldn't do any good to go out there and just grab him.
Well, why did you bring me here?
Well, you need his confession.
Well, I need him to get his confession.
Look, I wouldn't have asked you to come here if I hadn't been pretty sure I could deliver Stoker and his confession.
Well, pretty sure isn't good enough.
Oh, come on. Bear with me. How do you get a man to confess to a crime of his own free will?
I don't know. Your plan is guilt. You presented him with conclusive evidence, which I haven't got. Besides, I don't think he's that sensitive.
His brain works the same as any other man's, and the evidence you need is that far from the surface.
You mean drugs?
No, not drugs, not hypnosis, none of that. Something much better. Dream withdrawal. Now, come on, here. Let me show you our setup. The thing to do is wear down his defenses naturally until we get to a level of truth.
Sort of brainwashing.
Yeah, kind of brainwashing like that. Except none of that secret agent jazz.
Which won't stand up in court.
You won't get a straight confession, no. All we need from Stoker is some piece of information that has not appeared on the record. Something that only the murderer could know.
You think he'll supply that?
Well, I've been getting secrets out of other people for months now. Big secrets. Well, shall we go? I've arranged a room for you at the graduate student house.
I mean, you really think that Johnson will confess just by keeping him away?
He can sleep all he wants to. The point is not to let him dream. We wake him up as soon as he starts. Then, after 4 or 5 nights.
Well, I understand the theory. But, Fritz, it's still just a theory. I can't afford to experiment with Stoker.
Theory? Man, I've been making it work.
How do you plan to get to him?
Well, I've been losing my student volunteers. They've been falling asleep in class, getting behind in their studies. Now they're going to let me go after college employees.
Where do I come in?
Well, I need you to identify him. And only you would know what the murderer might have seen that night. Besides, I thought you'd want to be in on the kill.
Why are you sticking your neck out, Fritz?
Why shouldn't I? You didn't kill Helen.
Oh, there you are, Professor Simpson.
Mrs. Thayer, this is Mr. Sinclair.
How do you do? Your rooms are all ready for you.
Good. I'll talk to you later.
Fritz. What does Carolyn think?
Well, I didn't want to involve her.
What does she think?
She thinks you're guilty. I'm sorry to give you the rush act, darling, but I've got 5 student volunteers wired to a console and only 2 psych majors to run the show.
You are going to fly apart in a million pieces.
I know, it's been rough on both of us. But the project will be over within 3 weeks.
You and your royal road to the unconscious.
I'll be home at midnight.
Should have married a milkman.
I heard that. Oh, Caroline. Next year, I get my sabbatical. You and I are going to go to Greece. We're going to find a little island in the Aegean without a single footprint on it. Just a couple of hammocks, and all we have to do all year long is just sleep.
Oh, I got a much better idea.
So do I. Midnight, huh? Don't watch the clock. Sally. This is Jerry Sinclair. Sally is my graduate lab assistant. Hi.
Hi.
Jerry here's going to be writing us up for posterity. I expect he'll be something of a nuisance the rest of this week. Over here, heartbeat, blood pressure, and rapid eye movement are simultaneously recorded and programmed into a computer.
All this paraphernalia, he might panic.
Oh, we'll only be using 2 small electrodes on him. It'll be like a piece of tissue on the eyelid. Now, when the eye moves, we wake him up, cup of coffee, a little chatter, and then back to bed.
Well, without all this apparatus, won't your assistants...
Well, as far as anyone else is concerned, I'm testing him only for psychological reactions, not for physiological changes.
And if he buys it?
Well, here is the bait.
Me to sleep, that's all?
That's all. We will wake you when you dream.
I don't dream.
Everybody dreams.
How much you're paying?
Well, besides your regular salary, there'll be $10 for the first 24 hours, $20 for the second, $30 for the third, and a big fat bonus of $100 if you can get through 4 days. That's 96 hours.
How about 5 days?
It's not quite as easy as you seem to think, but if you really want to be a hero, Carl, let's say $30 a day thereafter.
When do I start?
You've started already. Sign right there. What time did you get up this morning, Carl?
7, quarter 2.
All right, let's start from 7 o'clock then. You go back and finish your day's work. That'll be your last day this week. Come back here at 6 o'clock sharp and, no catnaps, hmm?
REM sleep, Professor.
Mm-hmm. Wake him up, will you, please? Don't worry. He can't see us at all.
What is that, a reaction test?
Just to see how quickly he responds to a given light color. He's only been asleep about an hour and a half. His reaction should be fairly normal. Without his dreams, they will become slower. In time, that becomes our gauge for his mental disorientation. Oh, you'll see a marked change in the morning. In a couple of days, he'll be ready to talk. I've already put a microphone in his ceiling light and have a tape recorder set up in my office.
You're not going to leave Sally with him tonight, huh?
Oh, he'll be asleep most of the time. This is just another experiment, Dick.
He isn't just another subject.
Yeah. Perhaps you're right. Anyway, she goes off at midnight and then Ken comes on. Ken is an all-conference linebacker.
26 hours on Stoker, 5 attempts to dream.
Well, let him sleep when he wants to. But if he starts to dream, you shake him up. Strong coffee, playing cards, talk to him, anything. Just keep him busy.
Okay.
Go on, it's your deal.
No, I don't want to play no more.
We only been playing a couple minutes.
Are you kidding? Must be 4 or 5 hours. These cards feel like they weigh 10 pounds.
Okay, I'll be back later. Come on, Sal, I'll walk you home.
No, I think I'll stick around for a while.
Okay. See you in the morning.
Yeah, see you in the morning.
Good night.
Here, Professor, I'll take that.
Oh, thank you, Sally.
$63 hours?
Yeah, he's beginning to lose his sense of time. But tomorrow morning he may start hallucinating. Why don't you run off home and get some sleep? I want you sharp in the morning.
Yeah, it's a small town by day.
Well, you're a visiting professor. And by this weekend you could be a free man.
Who's going to be with him tonight?
I'm on till 2 o'clock, then Kenny takes over. Go on, get some rest.
Come on, I'll walk you back to the dorm.
Jerry, 9 o'clock sharp.
Night people. That's what we are. Bats and owls and things. It's like a morgue here at night. Jerry, you knew Professor Simpson before this week.
Yeah, we went to college together.
He's quite a guy. Do you always get so worked up about everything? Hey.
What?
You have a nice smile. But it's almost as if you're afraid of it. I'm sorry, Mrs. Simpson, but he's in with the subject. Yes, I'll tell him that it's urgent.
Long distance. I want to call Stafford, Indiana. Yes, I'd like to speak person to person to Lieutenant Gerard. Gerard.
Line 2, Lieutenant. Long distance.
Lieutenant Gerard. You mean Wellington College? Woman says she just saw Kimball. May I have your name, please? Anonymous.
Anonymous? With a $10,000 reward? I'd sure give my name.
That woman was upset.
Well, I don't feel like I slept.
Like a log. For 8 hours. You didn't dream, but you did sleep.
I never dream.
Here. Oh, come on, Carl. Drink it down. It's good for you. $60 in the kitty already. Tomorrow it'll be 160, huh? Huh? Tell me, what was a not-so-easy job you pulled?
What's that?
Well, last night you were saying that there were jobs, and there were not-so-easy jobs.
Forget it. I was just talking.
Carol? What's the matter?
Carolyn.
Why didn't you tell me you brought him here?
I have the man who murdered Helen. He's at the lab, in the dream withdrawal sample. He's beginning to crack. By tomorrow, he'll tell us anything we need to know.
You're the one who's dreaming.
Well, don't you understand? The one-armed man.
You're even beginning to share his delusions about that man. It's Helen who's doing this to you. You've never been able to get her out of your mind.
Carolyn.
Oh, Fritz. Don't you think I know I was the second string? When Richard took Helen away from you, I just happened to be around. But don't kid yourself that you're doing this to save poor, innocent Richard. You're doing this for Helen. And that's sick.
Sick? Sick, is it? What about you? You were supposed to be her best friend. You've always hated her. Just because she and I were engaged for a couple of months.
Engaged. Well, that's one word for it.
I think that you want to believe he murdered her because you want to believe subconsciously that she deserves being murdered.
I only believe that you are in love with a ghost.
Look, forget about us just for a minute, huh? Now think what that man has gone...
You're an expert on forgetting us.
I am on the verge, I tell you, of clearing Dick once and for all. That man is going to confess, and he is guilty.
It's too late.
What?
It's too late. I called the police in Stafford.
You did what?
Fritz, I tried calling you first, but you were too busy with your guinea pigs to come to the phone. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll have to hide him, that's all.
Well, just tell him to go.
I need him here, don't you understand?
What for? What for? You've got your one-armed man.
Stoker is coming apart. He's talking about the past. I need Dick here for that. Now, you've got to help me. All right, he was staying at the Graduate House. We've got to get him out of there, that's all.
And bring him here, I suppose.
Jerry.
Who's waking up?
I'll take it.
Thanks, Ken. Mrs. Simpson just phoned. The professor has the car at the rear entrance. He said to take the freight elevator.
Thanks.
Jerry, why all the cloak and dagger? Or shouldn't I be asking any questions?
Well, I guess you should. But I wish you wouldn't.
I'll run you over to our house and then get back to Stoker.
What about Karen?
That's my worry. Police, get down. How is he, Sally?
Well, he keeps trailing off into sleep, but he tries dreaming almost immediately, at least every 10 minutes.
Good. Reaction's way down.
He's beginning to hallucinate. He says someone's chasing him. A real latent paranoid.
Not so latent.
What?
No, you don't, Carl. No daydreaming. Now, what do you see? Huh? Is it a diner by the state line? Or are we back on warehouses again? What do you see, man?
Yeah, the diner. I wash dishes, see?
More than that, wasn't it? When the boss got juiced once, didn't you make off with the Friday night receipts?
I want a complete stakeout of the whole town and college.
Lieutenant, Wellington's a town of only 5,000. 4,000 from the college and 1,000 of us locals. I've only got 4 men besides myself. Sergeant's on the desk and Freeman's a floater.
Maybe I should get help from the highway patrol.
On an anonymous tip?
All right, I'll take you and the 2 you have. Cover the town with these, and we'll cover the college.
I'm only doing this because of Fritz.
I won't be here any longer than I have to.
Yes. Just until he's driven that man crazy. It's not an experiment, it's an inquisition. And do you know what's happening to Fritz? He's becoming more Richard Kimball than you are. He's obsessed with that image.
I know that.
Why must you drag him down with you? Do you also know that he's not doing this for you, he's doing it for Helen?
Yes, I know.
You know? Well, then how can you let him go on?
Because I happen to be innocent.
You didn't kill her.
You know, Helen always thought that you didn't like her. She guessed that it might be because of Fritz, but that wasn't her fault, Kellen. Fritz was in love with her.
You don't have to tell me that.
Can't blame people for being in love.
Please. Let's skip it. Our marriage hasn't been everything that we'd like it to be. We've been happy, as most people are happy. But Fritz and I have such a capacity for happiness. Really much more than most people. Only something always seems to get in the way.
Maybe that's what he's trying to get rid of.
simple things used to be. At the university, all we worried about then were football games, final exams. Do you remember our double dates? Oh, dear. How we used to laugh. And all those intense discussions on the plight of the world, which we knew nothing about. And that summer, when we were always in love with someone. Maybe just with our dreams.
Oh, pardon me. Have you seen this man around here?
No, I haven't.
What is in that building?
It's a science building. Psychology, sociology, chemistry, and physics.
Thank you.
Carl, what about the chances you're taking?
Yeah, I pulled a few jobs. Better than regular work, you know.
Sure it is.
One good job, you set up for a year or two. But their chances, see, risks.
Private homes, straight store jobs, or just warehouses?
Homes, you can case them better.
You ever get any surprises?
Surprises?
Well, you know, expected them to be out, but they weren't.
Oh, a few times. But I manage okay.
Sure you do.
I can handle it. Even with this.
One good hand for a gun, huh?
Gun? No guns. Bang. And somebody comes running.
Then a knife, maybe?
Sometime. I always find something to use. Sharp or heavy.
Heavy? Such as what?
No, I gotta get some sleep.
Come on, Carl. We're almost home. Keep talking.
I gotta sleep.
200 tomorrow.
2, huh?
2 it is. What is it, Sally?
There's a man to see you. His name is Gerard, and he's a policeman. He showed me a picture of Jerry.
What did you say to him?
I was shaken up. He said Jerry's real name is Richard Kimball and that he killed his wife.
Well, he didn't. What did you tell him?
I said he looked like my history professor.
Good girl. Come on.
Oh, Professor, I'm Lieutenant Philip Gerard.
Most of our subjects are in the dream sample. We have to wake them up, of course, if they dream. Usually 4 or 5 times a night. They don't like it much, but, well, some before and some afterwards.
Professor, we're looking for this man.
I've been so locked up with this series of experiments, I'm afraid that, well, Lieutenant, do you know anything about dream withdrawal? We're conducting a rather interesting group of
just show this
experiments
to everyone
here.
who comes on the floor.
Oh, we'll be back later. Very well.
Is he ready?
Gerard was here 3 hours ago. Well, he's gone for now. Sally knows about you, not about Stoker.
So what about Stoker?
Oh, he just woke up. I've got a couple of juniors working on him. He's beginning to talk about his past mistakes. Something about a Stafford job that backfired.
I'm coming over.
No, don't do that. He's just getting into the details now. Besides, they've got a stakeout. They're watching for everything that moves out there in the dark. I'll call you at dawn in time for the kill. Dick, we're almost there. Go on, don't stop. What happened then?
She was strong. Through an ashtray, hit me right in the neck.
Did you have her arms pinned or what?
With one arm? No. I twisted, and she fell over backwards, kinda. Hit her head on a low table. What is this, cupboard?
How did she fall, huh? Sally. Call my wife. Tell her to get Dick Kimball over here right away. Move quickly. Carl. Not yet. I'll let you sleep in a few minutes.
Lieutenant? Beginning to look like a prank.
That has occurred to me.
For what it's worth, you have the complete cooperation of the dean's office. At 9, we can start searching the dorms. Classes are over at noon Saturdays.
Almost there now. I better get started. I have a return call to make.
He's getting delirious, and so am I, but at least he's beginning to talk. We're getting it on tape. Let's listen.
What did he say?
He said that Helen tripped over the lamp cord, and the lamp smashed in the fireplace. The paper had pictures of that. When she got up again, Stoker pulled the rug out from under her, so the rug has to be in a completely different position.
Maybe.
Then he hit her 3 or 4 times with a chunk of the lamp base. I know, it was black marble. And when she got up again, she fell down and hit her head on the coffee table. Or at least he said it was some kind of a low table. That came out in the evidence. The coroner testified that Stay right here till I get back.
Oh, Professor.
Lieutenant, you're becoming something of a campus landmark.
I'd like a word with you.
Well, I'm sorry. I have a class at 9:15. That was 3 minutes ago.
Oh, then you're a lab assistant, the young lady.
She won't be in until 10 o'clock.
I'll wait.
Very well. Bore yourself to death.
Thank you. I don't mind if I do. Don't you have a class? Kimball's here, all right. That's the man he's after. Call Highway Patrol, roadblock the town, and tell Chief Terry to pick up Mrs. Simpson.
Right, Lieutenant. Lieutenant, don't you...
Professor, I think you'd better dismiss your class.
Good morning, Mrs. Simpson.
Good morning.
I'm sorry to bother you, ma'am, but I have a few questions.
Questions?
Do you know this man?
Why would you ask me that?
Well, there's a policeman here from out of state who thought you might. Seems this Kimball fella graduated from the university, same class as your husband.
Well, that's about the most absurd connection I can possibly imagine.
He's with your husband now.
Who?
The policeman, Gerard. I want you to look at this and tell me if you've ever seen this man before.
Never mind. I know him.
And you're the woman who called.
I was scared. But this has nothing to do with my husband. Fritz doesn't even know he's here. Please. I must speak with Lieutenant Gerard.
Let's get on the phone. He wants to talk to you.
As I told you, Lieutenant, he is an employee of the college just as we all are.
Look, Professor, I'm something of a psychologist, too. I know when I've touched a nerve, and I know what I see with my own eyes. That is the man Kimball's after. Now, there comes a point where coincidence ends and harboring a fugitive begins.
Hello? Just a minute. It's Mrs. Simpson.
For you, Lieutenant.
Well, it seems to me...
Mrs. Simpson?
Lieutenant, this is the woman who called you yesterday.
Yes, I remember your voice. Why didn't you...
Listen. My husband doesn't know that I saw Dr. Kimball. You see, we all went to the university together, and...
Where is he? Where did you see him?
Well, he was in town
Where?
at the graduate student boarding house. At college and 10th.
Did Chief Terry reach you?
Yes, he's here now.
All right, tell him I'll meet you both at the boarding house 5 minutes from now. I'll leave this building till I get back.
Where's Dick? We've got to find him.
Dick.
Look, time is running out. We've got to tie this off pretty fast. Sally, turn the speaker up softly. When you hear me getting to him a little bit, come on in the other room, slowly, quietly. Hurry up. All right, we're rounding the bend now, Carl. How you feeling?
Lousy.
15 more minutes and the money's yours.
Then I'll sleep.
What about the lamp base, Fred?
Lamp?
You know, the chunk of marble. What did you do with it?
I hit all it.
And then what?
Wiped it off.
Wiped it off on what?
A dress.
What part of a dress?
Piece of pocket, loose.
You say the dress was ripped?
Ripped, kinda. When she pulled away before when I hit her.
That was never mentioned before. He had to be there.
But I had no idea. No idea at all.
All right, you're not accused of that thing.
Chief, there's nothing there.
Have the room checked for prints.
Right.
All right, now. Who brought him here? It was Professor Simpson, wasn't it?
Well, yes.
Mrs. Simpson?
Really? I had no idea. No idea at all.
Then you beat it out of there?
What do you want me to do after that? Hang around?
Tell me how you left.
Up back, around the front, across the street, almost got hit.
Hit? Hit by what?
By a car, what else?
Whose car was it?
What do you mean, whose car? Her husband's car.
How did you know it was her husband's car? You mean me, don't you, Johnson?
That's right, kid.
Oh, take a good look.
Yeah, you're the guy. Looks just like you, Kimball.
Now we're getting somewhere, Kimball. You killed my wife, Johnson.
Get away from me.
You're all through, Johnson. It's all over. We've got it all on tape.
The police, they're coming back.
All right, I'll try and stall them. Lieutenant Simpson, you've been an accessory. Forget that, Lieutenant. I've got your man.
Where are you hiding, Kimball?
He's all yours. Come into my office. Listen to the tape.
I'm not interested in any tape. Where's Kimball?
He is as good as confessed. Every detail of the murder right
Now,
on this
don't
tape.
try and sidetrack me, Simpson. I want Kimball.
Well, you've got him. Kimball, Johnson, and the tape.
The chunk of marble. What did you do?
Don't you want your killer?
I hit her.
Let me go.
Get me out of here. Let me go.
Wiped it off on what?
Kimball! There's your man, Gerard.
Don't get in. They'll be watching me.
Back to car. Straight back.
Well, park over there. After all, it's easier for me.
Did this man just get on the bus?
Look, mister, I got a schedule to keep.
Hey, what's with all the police brutality?
No, nothing, sir.
Aren't you gonna wish us luck?
Yeah, good luck. You can file the depositions with Chief Terry, but of course your statement's only hearsay. They're useless without Kimball or Stoker.
That's your loss, Lieutenant. We were wrapping a package for you. Kimball was to have delivered it personally.
Well, he didn't. Goodbye, Professor.
Lieutenant?
Sal, how about it, lunch?
Will you be needing me, Professor?
Well, not now, Sally. I guess you can say our little experiment's all over.
You make it sound as if it were a failure.
No. I suppose in some ways you could even call it a success.
Come on. I'll buy you lunch.
Deal.
How about lunch for you, Professor?
You're on.
Not so fast. There's a condition.
And what might that be?
Just the two of us. No ghosts.
You don't still believe in them, do you?
I used to.
All right. Just the two of us, that's all.
For Richard Kimball, the mind's eye is always open, scanning the nightmare landscape for his pursuers. He wakes from brief dreams of tomorrow's reprieve, but they are only dreams, and he runs on.
lovers at first sight, in love forever, it turned out so right, for strangers in the
I'm sorry, Mr. Bartlett. We've already had last call.
Oh, one more drink, one more song. We're over that me.
It's getting awfully late. I think you better go home.
Having too much fun. Much too much fun.
Mrs. Bartlett might be worried.
She call?
Yes. I told you you'd be home shortly.
Absolutely right. Worried little wife, huh? Poor little wife.
I'll have your car brought up.
Lunch tomorrow, honey?
No,
What? Suddenly I'm poisoned?
no, not suddenly. Look, Alan, it's been pretty bad for both of us all along. Why don't you just go home?
Okay, I'll call you tomorrow, huh?
No, don't you dare. Look, it's finished.
Call you tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry. I almost forgot here. Go ahead. Hey, what you worried about?
Are you sure you can drive, Mr. Bartlett?
I'm fine. Where's the car?
You better take him home, Bill.
Parking attendant. A job for food and shelter. A place to rest. Another temporary haven for a man on the run. Richard Kimball, known in this place and to these people as Bill Garrison.
Still have a deck?
I'll call a cab to pick you up.
I'll see you at the shack. Come on, Bill. Hi, honey. You remember Bill? Bill what? I never did know. Garrison. Garrison. Best parking attendant the club ever had.
It's nice to see you again, Mr. Garrison.
I thought you'd be in bed.
I was watching television.
Well, one drink led to another. Thanks, Bill, for bringing me home.
Mr. Garrison, I'm sorry. I hope you didn't have too much trouble.
No trouble.
May I offer you something? A drink, a cup of coffee?
Cab has been called for me, thank you.
Sometimes they take a while. Please let me fix you something.
A cup of coffee.
Good.
Can I help it?
No, don't bother. I can manage. Cream and sugar?
Yes, Black.
Mr. Bartlett really enjoys the club. I wish I could share his enthusiasm for it.
Well, he's a very good golfer. There's the evidence.
Those are mine, Mr. Garrison.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize it.
Why would you? I'm not quite the same woman anymore.
You're not?
Are you trying to be kind and not notice? I'm not the same woman at all. Since a very rainy night when I woke up in a hospital.
Automobile accident?
It was a spinal injury.
I'm sorry.
That was 3 years ago. I've learned to live with it. Most of the time. After all, I have a lot to be thankful for. I have a husband who loves me, a lovely home. What more could a woman ask?
Not a thing.
That's all right.
Hi.
Hi.
You couldn't wait?
I'm starved.
Yeah, me too. Oh, so good.
Did you get Mr. Bartlett home okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Did you see his wife?
Yeah.
I met her once a couple of months ago. Depressing. Let's talk about something else. Happy.
All right, happy things. Some of the members told me this evening how well you sang and what a bright future you had. Is that happy?
Well, I had a bright past. The future's already over.
Well, that sounds pretty cynical.
Did you ever hear a record called A Heart Full of Sky?
Heart Full of Sky, yeah, a couple of years ago.
It's my record. Sold 1 million copies in 2 months.
Well, sounds good.
That's all there was.
What happened?
Nothing happened. Except I forgot that sometimes a song can take off no matter who sings it. A Heart Full of Sky was a winner. You could have sung it. It would have sold 1 million copies.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Well, you don't know what those engineers can do.
Hey, you want to hear something else?
Mm-hmm.
You are very attractive, very exciting, very wonderful type of girl.
Who said that?
I said that.
You're very good for a lady's ego. No, I like you, Bill. You're nice. You're easy to be with. You don't push. I can relax with you.
Well, besides, we both like hamburgers. So.
Did you have a quarter?
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me.
Come on, let's dance.
Let's go. Can we go someplace?
Where?
Ride, walk, something.
I know a place.
You know something? I like it here.
Where's here?
Here is right here.
I like it here, too. I mean, right here on this spot at this very minute.
No argument.
You want to know something?
What?
It could be I'm falling in love with you.
Yeah. I told you. Other places, other things I have to do.
I know. That mysterious something that you have to do. I thought maybe that was just a handy cop-out when girls started to get too serious.
Well, I wish things could be different. I guess I better go.
Would you want some coffee?
I have to be to work early tomorrow, Sunday.
Sunday already.
That's what I mean.
Come on, tell me the truth. You just stopped caring for me.
Are you sure?
Almost. Oh, that does it. At least until tomorrow. You're the greatest reassurer, you know that?
Oh, that. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
if I join you?
Yep. Rule 1. No fraternization with the membership.
Oh, I'm not just membership. I'm chairman of the Rules Committee.
Well, in that case, the meeting's just been adjourned, Mr. Chairman.
What's going on?
Where?
Between you and that parking lot attendant. Paul tells me you've been driving him home last couple of nights.
I don't think that's anybody's business.
It's mine, and you know it.
I think I've had enough exercise for the day.
Good morning, Mr. Bartlett.
Good morning, Paul. Gail, please.
Alan, let's not start it all over again.
There's nothing to start over again. It never finished.
It's finished. Now I'm just trying to forget it.
Oh, with some $75 a week car jockey?
He's very nice and he's fun to be with. And he isn't married.
All right, he's nice and he's fun to be with, but we had more than that.
That's just it. We had.
Look, do you want to work like this for the rest of your life? You know what the good life is. You had it once, and I've got the money to buy it for you.
Your wife's money.
What difference does it make whose money it is?
Well, I should think it'd make a lot of difference to her.
You know the kind of relationship that Norm and I have.
Yes, and I know what we have. And it isn't enough. I want the whole thing, Alan. I want the wedding ceremony, the ring, everything. I want to be Mrs. Bartlett. And if I can't have that, then just forget the whole thing.
Gail, I can't leave her.
Why?
You know why.
Oh, go on. You're going to be late teeing off.
Gail, please. Please.
Oh, Alan.
I need you. I need you. Please, Gail. Don't leave me.
Gail? Hi.
Hi.
I thought you had to rehearse.
I do, but I've got a date with my couturier.
Very fancy.
First things first, you know. Looks, then talent. Of course, Mrs. Dugan is no Christian Dior, but she's a whiz with a hemorrhoid. They're going up again, you know.
You can be careful. You'll scandalize the lady members.
Are you kidding? They're wearing them 2 inches shorter than I am. This is absurd. I don't believe a word of it. I'm afraid it's true, Mrs. Bartlett. As I told you, Alan and I love each other. Believe me, neither one of us wanted it to happen, but, well, we just couldn't help ourselves.
How long has it been going on?
Several months.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because Alan won't. He's very fond of you, Mrs. Bartlett. And he feels that he owes you.
Thank you for the information, Miss Martin. Perhaps you better leave now.
Please listen to me, Mrs. Bartlett. We don't want to hurt you. We don't want to hurt anybody. But it certainly can't go on like it is. The best thing would be for you to agree to a divorce.
I'm sure you can find your way out.
Fine, thank you.
Mr. Charles, I'll ring when we're ready.
Yes, madam. All right, what did you want?
She asked me to give you a divorce.
A divorce? She must be out of her mind.
Is she?
Well, this is ridiculous. There's been nothing between us. Absolutely nothing. A few drinks, hand-holding, small talk, that's all there ever was.
It's more than that, much more. Tell me the truth, Alan. Never mind, don't bother. Is a divorce what you want?
No, it isn't. No, I love you.
And you love her too?
No, I don't. It's over with, I promise.
I don't want you to feel indebted to me.
Please, Nona, don't.
Perhaps a divorce would be best.
No, I want to be with you, no one else. You've got to believe me.
Too desperately. I need you, Alan. I need you so much.
I promise you it won't happen again.
Are you sure?
Darling, I know what I want, and it's you. Tell me, how can I prove it?
I want to be with you more. I miss you when you're away so much.
Of course.
Alan, I can't take any more pain. If there's ever another Gail Martin, I'll divorce you immediately. That's why I want you to be sure.
Darling, you're the only woman in the world I ever want. Why did you do it? Why did you tell her?
It's obvious, isn't it? You couldn't do it yourself. If she divorced you, Alan, we could be married.
Look, face the facts, honey. She's got the money. All of it. I haven't got a dime in my own name.
What difference does that make? I'm working, and you could get a job.
Doing what?
Well, you were a golf pro once.
I hated it.
All right, then try something else.
Look, face more facts, honey. I like the way I'm living now.
My sweetheart, the phony.
I've had the one-room apartments and scrounging for $1. I enjoy what I've got now, and I'm not losing it.
All right, then keep it. But you just lost me.
Please, Gail, please. I can't let you go. I've got to see you. Please, I'll work it out some way.
Oh, Alan, I can't live like this. It's ugly. Oh, don't let us spoil our whole future together. Just walk out and forget about the money. But you can't forget about the money, can you?
Why did you have to tell her? It could have been the way it was.
Get me my cigarettes, will you? They're in the top middle drawer.
I have some here.
No, I want my own. Go on. Give me that.
Wait a minute. $10,000 reward, Dr. Richard Kimball. It's Bill, your parking lot attendant. Why didn't you turn him in?
Because I don't think he did it.
It says here he was convicted.
Well, juries have been wrong before. You're not going to call the police, are you?
I'm just thinking.
About what?
About you and me and Dr. Kimball.
Is all this leading up to something?
I think it's leading up to a place you've been for some time.
You just lost me.
You never kept cigarettes in that drawer before.
So?
So you wanted me to see this clipping.
Why would I want that?
So I'd begin to think just what I'm thinking.
Morning, Mr. Bartlett.
Hi, Bill. How are you?
Take those, what?
Good. Just set those in by my locker. All right. I think I'll grab a quick drink. Oh, by the way, Bill, you evidently made quite an impression on my wife. I've been looking for someone to drive her and do odd jobs. How about it? Do you think it'd interest you?
Well, I have a job here, actually.
Well, it has some advantages. Not much night work, a couple of days off a week. Believe me, it'd be a better job than this.
What job?
Why? I'm just asking Billy if he'd like to go to work for me. I don't know what you make here, but the salary is $600 a month.
That's more than I make here plus tips.
Think it over, huh?
All right. What do you think?
I think take it.
Trying to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. No, I just think you're cut out for something much better than parking cars for rich people. And besides, a job with a family like the Bartletts could lead to something much better.
All right, consider me the Bartlett's new chauffeur.
Congratulations. Listen, next time you pick me up, use the limousine. I'll live vicariously. Put the car away, you can take the packages to my room.
That's right. Will there be anything else, Mrs. Bond?
No, thank you.
You've asked me to remind you to call the Children's Hospital.
Thank you, I'll call later.
How are you and Bill getting along?
Fine.
Seems perfect to me. Pleasant, considerate. You had so many things to do, I thought you'd be gone most of the day.
I'm tired. I didn't sleep well. I heard you go out. It must have been after 10:30.
Played poker with Harry and some of the boys.
Who played?
Honey, if you're worrying about that Martin girl or any girl, don't. I made a promise, remember?
I know. I can't help it.
How about a little drink?
I like that.
Within my heart, I know I will never start to smile again until I smile at you.
Pretty day. Sad song. It isn't as if Bill had left the country or anything.
Isn't it?
He's working for the Bartletts, right? That's only about 3 miles away.
I have a feeling it'll seem more like 3 light years.
Well, it seems to me you could work it out.
I think he already has.
What do you mean?
Well, it's like he's been planning something all along. Well, you know, hanging in tight with Mr. Bartlett, being taken home to the missus, playing the all-American good guy.
Well, how do you figure it?
I don't know, maybe he just likes to drive a big fancy car like the Bartletts.
No.
One tearful farewell coming up.
Hi. How are you, Paul?
Okay. Congratulations on your new job.
Hey.
A guy who works that hard for anything deserves to have it.
What's that mean?
Oh, you know Paul. Oh, wow, did you ever see anything as depressing as this place in the daytime?
Nope, never did.
Well, that's the end of another perfect day. We seem to have a lot of them.
How about inviting me in for a drink?
I can't. I'd love to, but I can't. I've got to fix my hair and do my nails and look absolutely ravishing in 1 hour.
All right, I'll walk you in.
Thanks again, Bill.
You sure you won't change your mind about that drink?
I wish I could. See you Sunday?
About 11.
Okay.
You got my trunks?
Oh, I forgot.
Thank you.
See you Sunday?
Yeah.
You're late.
Sorry. It was just one more dip after another.
I hope you're not enjoying that part of the game too much.
Unless I'm mistaken, we're playing your rules.
Are we? I'm not so sure. It was your idea to keep that little romance with Kimball going.
Oh, Alan, you know why I'm doing it. Maybe you're looking to back out of the whole thing.
I know what you told me. It's all for Paul's benefit. Have you talked to him yet?
Yep. Like I would to my analyst. Well, I told him everything we talked about. And when they ask him about it later, he'll swear that Kimball was plotting something all along.
Tell me something, will you?
What?
What is it you're really after? Me? $10 million? What is it?
Why?
Well, I guess I want to make sure you're on my side.
You doubt it?
Not now. But what about later?
Now, what do you mean later?
I mean, after it's all over, maybe you start getting a little bored with me. You see, then I'll be the only one left between you and all that money.
Oh, Alan. Wasn't I willing to marry you before? Didn't I ask you to give up the money?
Maybe you knew I couldn't. Maybe all that was leading up to this plan.
Do I love you or the $10 million? It's quite a question. Do you really want the truth?
Yeah. I think I'd sleep better.
The truth is, I don't know. You, the money, it's all one and the same to me. I don't know that I'd enjoy one without having the other. But I'll tell you one thing. I'll never give you any reason to think it isn't you. That's a promise.
Thanks. At least I know where I stand. I suppose I would have wished that you lied a little.
Oh, now what does that mean?
It means we're going ahead.
You've got it all worked out?
As far as the police are concerned, it'll look like robbery and murder.
Well, what about Kimball?
I'll drive up, hear the shot, and shoot Kimball trying to escape.
What, you gonna kill him?
Before Norma. Otherwise he could get scared off. We can't afford that. I can't let him get away.
Now, how do you know he'll even be there?
I've arranged that.
When? When are you going to do it?
Tonight.
Come in.
Would Madam care to have dinner in the dining room, or shall I have a tray brought in here?
The dining room will be fine, Charles.
Thank you.
Did Mr. Bartlett call?
Not since this afternoon. I believe he said something about a late golf game at the club.
I know. I thought he'd be finished by now.
Well, perhaps he stayed at the club for dinner, madam. Would there be anything else, Mrs. Bartlett, before I leave?
This isn't your evening, Wolf.
Mr. Bartlett gave Mary and me 2 tickets for the show at the Music Theater.
So no one will be here?
Oh, yes. Bill got back about an hour ago. If there's anything you need, madam, just call him.
Thank you, Charles. And have a good time.
Thank you, madam. I'm sure we will. You win. She'd like dinner in here.
Good.
Mary and I ought to be back around midnight.
Take your time, son.
Thanks. See you later.
Hello. I'd like to speak to Paul. Yes, the bartender, please.
Hello? No, Mr. Bartlett hasn't been here at all today. Miss Martin called in to say she'd be late.
May I have her home phone number, please?
We don't usually give out such information.
Mrs. Bartlett?
Yes?
Sergeant Mary just left. I'm on my way.
Can you call me when it's all over?
I'll try. You go to the club and do your act. I'll take care of my end.
Okay.
Mrs. Bartlett?
I'm all right. Leave me alone, please. Police, please hurry. Is this the police? Please, I need help. Yes. Don't move.
How long have you known?
Just a few minutes. It's my husband's secret.
He knew about me?
He must have told you he knew when he made the deal with you.
What deal?
Please, I may not be able to walk, but I can reason very well. How much is he paying you to murder me?
Murder you?
He never intended to break off with Gail Martin, did he?
I don't know what you mean.
I think you do. He's been seeing her for months. He admitted it to me. She even asked me to divorce him.
I don't know anything about that.
The divorce would be complicated. It was easier to kill me and have the money, too. Far easier with you as a hired killer.
Mrs. Bartlett, I didn't kill anybody. I don't know about a deal.
Just sit down over there. If you don't, I'll shoot you.
How long are you going to keep me here?
Until Charles comes back. He'll call the police.
Mrs. Bartlett. Mrs. Bartlett, if you're in danger, it's out from me. I didn't know anything about your husband and Gail Martin. If there was a plan, it was theirs.
Don't lie to me, please.
Your husband had the clippings.
What difference does it make?
He knew I was wanted for murder. Mrs. Bartlett, you've got to believe me. He'd say I tried to rob you and then had to kill you.
It doesn't make sense. You tell them the truth.
He'd have to kill me, too. That'd be safer. Mrs. Bartlett, you've got to let me go.
No, I want you where I can see you every minute.
Does he know you have that gun? Well, then the gun is empty.
What do you mean?
The gun isn't loaded. It couldn't be.
Would you chance it?
It isn't loaded. I'm sorry. Call the police.
They've been living in Europe all year. Don't go, please. Alan may come back any minute.
I'm just going to get the car.
Did you get the car?
We made sure we couldn't use it. There's a gas station not far from here. I'll call the police from there. You go to your room, it'll be safer.
There's another phone in the kitchen.
Well, it's probably dead, too.
Please try it.
But you lock your door.
Hello, honey. Thought you'd be at dinner.
I told Bill to take care of you. I'll have to have a talk with him, huh?
Where is he, Norma?
He's gone.
Didn't I just see him outside?
He was here, but left.
Where is he, Norma? I said, where is he?
I don't know.
You're lying, aren't you, Norma? Where is he, Norma?
Bartlett? Mr. Bartlett.
Tell him to wait.
Just a minute. Get away, Bill.
My leg. Oh.
He's unconscious.
Is it bad?
Broken leg. Want me to carry you downstairs?
No, I think I'll stay here.
I'll go down the highway and call the police. You'll be all right?
Don't worry, I'll make it. Maybe we both will.
Bill Martin?
Yes? Police? What do you want?
We'd like you to come with us, please.
Why? What's the matter?
Mr. Alan Bartlett. He's been arrested for the attempted murder of his wife.
Mr. Bartlett from here at the club?
I'm sure you'll remember him when you see him.
Oh, I know him all right. Just like I know the other members here. We say hello, that's all.
Just, hello.
That's right.
Well, then we'd better go right now. One of you seems to be making a mistake.
What do you mean?
Bartlett signed a confession an hour ago. He claims the murder was all your idea.
Safe for one more night. Richard Kimball continues along the twin paths of the hunter and the hunted. Continues along without the knowledge that either road will lead to freedom.